Tried and true comfort from decades of experience constructing sleeping pads, the Therm-a-Rest Trail Pro is a very popular sleeping pad in their line. They continue to make improvements on it, and we're going to talk about what makes the Trail Pro so great. The Trail Pro is a self-inflating sleeping pad, meaning that you open the valve here at the top and the open cell foam core of the sleeping pad will expand. So what I normally do is I put down the sleeping pad, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour before I'm actually gonna sleep on it, and I roll it out, open the valve, and let it do its thing. So basically that foam on the inside expands almost like a sponge and will inflate the sleeping pad most of the way. Now I do want to mention that you do have to inflate the rest of the pad by mouth once it's done, but it makes it really easy and really simple as opposed to fully inflatable sleeping pads. So really easy, really good construction there. And the other thing that open cell foam does is it gives you really good thermal efficiency from the ground. So if you're sleeping on cold ground, this is going to keep you really nice and warm. You've got 2-inch thickness here when it's inflated, so it gives you nice clearance from the ground as well. It makes it a really comfortable sleeping platform for those nights in the backcountry. There's more technology behind the scenes here than it looks like with this pad. The foam on the inside is actually die cut, and basically what that means is they've taken some of the foam out just to make it a little bit lighter weight, but also there's pressure mapping within the foam. So in certain areas where you want the pad to be a little softer or a little firmer, they've taken out some of that foam and made it a little softer. So those key areas around your hips and around your shoulders where you're putting a lot of pressure into the pad, they've definitely done a really good job. It's not something you can see from the top of the pad, but it's underneath there, and it's a really smart, really great construction. With that 2-inch thickness, you have a 4.0 R value. And we normally say that a pad that has an R value of 4 or above is a 4-season sleeping pad. So this is right on the cusp in between. It's certainly going to be great all year round. If you're in the coldest of temperatures, you may want to pair this with another sleeping pad, maybe an open cell foam thin sleeping pad, to get that R value up a little bit more, but this pad is going to get you through most of the seasons throughout the year. The material on the top of the pad here is both really soft and very durable. You can see if I press on the pad here, it's not noisy at all. This is a mostly silent pad. And so if you're someone that minds the crinkly or crunchy sound of some of those lighter weight pads, this is going to be really great. It doesn't make a lot of noise if you're moving around on it at night, so it's a really great option. And just all of the seams and the parts where, like here on the valve, where the valve attaches, it's just very durable, really reliable construction from Therm-a-Rest. While I'm talking about the valve, I just want to point out that I really like the way Therm-a-Rest valves are designed. You get a really dialed in pressure with this valve. So if you want to, once the pad is completely inflated, a lot of people like to kind of sink down into their sleeping pad. It makes it a little more comfortable. So once you lay down on the pad, that valve is really easy. You can just reach over your shoulder and adjust it to let some of that pressure out, and it lets a little bit of air out at a time. And there's even a little rubberized grip on there, so you can get a really good grip on the valve. And inflation, like I said, is really easy. When you do need to inflate the rest of the pad, it's really easy to inflate. And then once you're ready to pack up camp and roll up your sleeping pad, you can open that valve all the way, let the floodgates out, and just let all the air out. So very easy to use valve, but also very, very durable. There are 2 sizes with the Trail Pro. There is the regular and the large. I have the regular here in front of me. It's 20 inches wide at the widest point, 72 inches long. It does taper in a little bit towards the feet, and the corners of this pad are also rounded, so that saves a little bit of weight. And then the large version of this pad is 25 inches wide and 77 inches long, so you get a little bit more sprawling comfort, but both of them are 2 inches thick. Therm-a-Rest does include a stuff sack with this pad, and for that high R value and for that open cell foam, this does pack down to be pretty small, so it is a backpackable option. It would be a great option for a backpacker who's looking for a 4-season sleeping pad. Also camping when you're looking for a packable but also very lightweight comfort. It is the Therm-a-Rest Trail Pro sleeping pad.